Hello everyone, Ryan here. The Hunting of the Snark by Lewis Carroll. It's a pretty weird frickin' poem. Supposedly it's actually categorized as a nonsense poem, or I don't know, I guess it's, I've been wanting to read it for a while. I mean, the only thing I know about Lewis Carroll is that he wrote Alice in Wonderland and several other books that had stuff to do with Wonderland. But yeah, it's a lot of. I mean, I read an ebook version of this. I like that at the end of the poem, there's somewhat of an explanation as to how the reader could interpret this poem, or but also about how people interpreted it back when it first was published. Some people believe it's like some kind of satire and or commentary on the banking system, government, also, what's the word? Well, I guess the way I interpret it is like it's got something to do with how insane people can act, how insane, like, I guess an entire community of people can act when they're chasing after something that they really have no idea what it looks like or what to expect from it, or and I guess you can also interpret it as like something to do with greed, like when someone is constantly striving after something or chasing after some material object, or, you know, wanting to accumulate more wealth. It always seems like that kind of, when it comes to those kinds of goals, usually for the most part they tend to be, I guess I would say, intangible, somewhat tangible, but mostly intangible, by which I guess I mean, like, you know, people, like if someone is constantly, say if somebody's already making a decent living, but they're still unhappy because, you know, they want to accumulate more money and more money and more money. So to them, you know, it's kind of like there is no end in sight. So there is no tangible way for them to be satisfied. Yeah. That's how I interpret this. You know, I don't know how else to interpret it. I mean, as far as I know, the word snark is just completely made up, and actually, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Lewis Carroll wrote this when he was like drunk off his ass or something, or I'm not saying that I know that to be a fact. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Okay, I'm not, and I don't mean to badmouth Lewis Carroll, but I'm just saying, you know, that would completely make sense to me if he wrote this, even if he wrote like half of it when he was drunk, or I don't know, if he experimented with hallucinogens, or I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, because, you know, Alice in Wonderland, there's all that stuff about mushrooms and talking cats and caterpillars, and, you know, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Lewis Carroll experimented with hallucinogens, you know. I don't know. But anyways, I mean, I guess as far as rating, I would give it 3 out of 5 stars, and yeah, it's, I guess mostly I kind of appreciate it for it being nonsensical, and because me, I mean, as a poet and writer myself, I've written a lot of nonsensical stuff, so I can at least somewhat appreciate this poem, and though not entirely, I don't know. But yeah, I give it 3 out of 5 stars. So yeah, that'll do it for my review of this. Thanks for watching. As always, until next time, don't forget, keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.